iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted and league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV for what is round number 4 of the Down and Dirty Outlaws Speed Factory 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Tonight we come to you from a track located in New Richmond, Wisconsin at the Cedar Lake Speedway as we get set for what is round number 4 of this evening. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set for qualifying. We've just got roughly around the 2-minute mark for these drivers to get the lap time in. We've had 22 drivers take a lap time. We do have 24 drivers that have signed into the virtual pit area for the evening. As we get set again to see if we can make it 4 for 4 when it comes to different feature race winners so far. Let's have a quick recap. At round number 1 at the Eldora Speedway, Josh Wyman picked up the victory. Then we headed to Lernerville Speedway. Matthew Croquet found his way to victory lane in week number 2. Then last week at the Port Royal Speedway, Chad Griggs found his way into a top-of-the-step podium to make it 3 winners in 3 different weeks. There's a look at the point stand he's coming into tonight. Matthew Croquet, your points leader over Bryce Hohenstein. Back there to 416 points. Chad Griggs in 3rd. Josh Whiteman 4th. Joe Howe makes up your top 5. Toby Fitzsimmons in 6th. Jesse DeRosa 7th. Chad Coate in 8th. Samuel Reed 9th. And Brandon Voiles going to make up your top 10. How will that change? Well, I can tell you right now, fastest in the qualifying session by over a tenth is Josh Whiteman. Again, he picked up the win in the opening week of the season. He sits 4th in the points standings. Let's look at Matthew Croquet. He is 6th in the qualifying standings tonight. We look at Bryce. I don't see Bryce here this evening. Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure no, Bryce is actually not here. So the feature are the heat races are going to work like this. 8 laps. There'll be 5. The top 5 will go through to the main event. However, the inversion for the 3 heat races is going to be 4. So a total of what will be 12 when it comes to the inversion from the qualifying session. Let's quickly take a look at the qualifying session. There it is on the left-hand side of your screen as this just gets about to get wrapped up. There is 23 drivers. Blake Galloway is the 24th and final driver that is not on this list. And again, they all vying for what will be 22 starters in tonight's main event. But for now, let's take a look at heat race number 1. And we're going to be pulling double duty here tonight. If you're wondering what that means, well, pretty simple. When it comes to the feature race, we're going to be race control as well. So if there's an issue, well, we've got a second monitor that we can look at when it comes to having a look at the situation. Here we go. Heat race number 1. Chad Griggs lines up on the 27 machine from the pole position to the outside of the front row. Jared Kuno lines up at a position number 2. Your third starter in caliber 22, that'll be Brandon Voiles to the outside. The finish line race design, Daces up Sim Sports. Caliber 24 of Josh Whiteman will roll off from the 4th starting position. Your 5th starter in car number 75, driving the Vanderbilt construction entry, that is Chase Swafford, just missing the inversion by 1. Then you go back to Joe Howell in caliber 43, he'll start from position number 6. Position number 7 in caliber 51, the Optic Gaming entry, that is Tyler Radabo to the outside. Cole Zapieski, we'll call him C-Zap. He will start the 9 machine from position number 8. And that will be the 8 cars for heat race number 1. So we are in fact going to send him around 2 times behind the iRacing.com page truck. Again, here in New Richmond, Wisconsin, for Cedar Lake Speedway, round number 4. As your safety car is still on the racing surface again. When it comes to the feature event, we are going to be pulling double duty here this evening. We'll not only be calling the race, broadcasting the race, but due to the normal race control person not being able to be here this evening, we've just decided to, take it upon ourselves to do what we did last night with World of Thunder Esports League. And well, we're going to be race control and a broadcaster. 2 in 1, bang for your buck as they work off turn number 4. Chad Griggs and Jared Kuno. We come to the green flag. We're underway in what is heat race number 1. 3 wide. There's Swafford, catches the left rear. Brandon Voiles. Voiles upside down on the back straightaway. Whiteman now coming after Kuno as they work down into 1 and 2. Kuno going to follow Griggs, working to the top side through 1 and 2. Remember, top 5 will go right into the main event. Everybody else will have to go through the last chance showdown, the B main. Griggs still your race leader, the winner from last week at the Port Royal Speedway, and the winner from week number 1, the 24 car of Josh Wyman. He's now going to challenge for the race lead. They make a bit of contact off turn number 4. We stay green here in the opening heat race of the night. Chase Swafford back there in 4th position, but watching Swafford miss last week, but watching the 24 car of Josh Wyman as Jared Kuno again tries to rip the lip around the Cedar Lake Speedway. Here he comes with a run down the back straightaway, closing in on the top 2. Where does Chad Griggs go? He's got 1 to the inside. He might have 1 to the outside here in just a few moments' time. We're going to be 3 wide, almost off for turn number 2 down the back straightaway, and Jared Kuno rockets to the race lead off for turn number 4. Well, the decision from Chad Griggs to go to the inside may just cost him a pole position in tonight's 30-lap main event. They'll come to the white flag. 1 lap left to go. Still watching Griggs and Whiteman battle it out if they're not careful. Swafford's going to throw his hat into the mix here as they work down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Griggs and Whiteman. Now Swafford off for turn number 4. They were nearly 3 wide. Swafford caught the tyres. What a way to open up heat race number 1. Here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway, the Down and Dirty Outlaw 360 wing sprint cars presented by Speed Factory. Jared Kuno gets the win over Chad Griggs, Josh Whiteman, Chase Watford and Joe Howell are your top 5 that will automatically transfer for Cole C-Zap, Tyler Radabo and Brandon Voiles. Well, off to the B main. Unfortunately, those 3 drivers will go. Heat race number 2. Colton West lines up the 10 machine from the pole position to the outside of the front row. The 11 car of Chad Coate will start from position number 2. Then we go back to the second row, inside and outside from position number 3. It's the 55 car of Samuel Reed. He'll start from position number 5. From position number 4 in car number 12C. That is Michael Cooper. Your third row inside the 64 machine from position number 5. It's Robert Charette to the outside, driving car number 73 from position number 6. That is Larry Moody. And your fourth and final row inside and outside. Inside of the 87 machine will be Andy Patton. He'll start from position number 7. And to the outside, the Bass Pro Shops number 19 machine of Ethan Greek lines up out of position number 8. I've got to say, heat race number 1, not a bad way to open up the night here on Ultimate Dirt TV. The Down and Dirty Outlaw 360 Wing Sprint Cars, round number 4, presented by Speed Factory. Tomorrow night, don't forget, we'll have the Down and Dirty Outlaw Pro Late Models presented by Speed Rents as they work off for turn number 4. The pace car, the safety car, is off and down into the pits we go, and we are racing. Look at Samuel Reid to the inside. Look out, Coulter West made the mistake, and Chad Goad is now going to go to the race lead. Boy, look out, Coulter West trying to gather her back up as Larry Moody finds himself into the runner-up position. Moody right through the middle, Coulter West to the outside. Reid on the inside of Moody trying to make it a battle for that third and fourth position. Then battle on between Cooper and Sharon for that fifth and final transfer spot. Now you're about to have a lot 3 2 by 2 by 2 battles as new race leader goes Coulter West in car number 10. G rips the lip around the Cedar Lake Speedway, watching Moody still hold off Samuel Reid for positions number 3 and 4. Now they come 3 wide in the middle of turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Look out, contact. Oh, Moody into the wall, as is Reid. How is that car still going? Is it broken? Oh, it might be broken, but it's still getting around the Cedar Lake Speedway. Andy Patton in that 87 machine has now got himself right on the bubble. Your race leader is Coulter West from Chad Coate, Michael Cooper, Robert Charette. That's your top 4, but it's the top 5 that will go through to directly into your feature event. And right now, Andy Patton is that 5th and final car to hold down the transfer position, but he's got Samuel Reid again working down to the inside. Reid had heavy contact there with Larry Moody, and that's forced Larry Moody back to the pit area. They'll come to put another lap into the books here at Cedar Lake Speedway. In fact, it'll be white flag for Coulter West down into turn number 3. Off for turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Coulter West victorious over Michael Cooper. Second. Third will go to Chad Coate. Robert Charette home in position number 4. Fifth will be Samuel Reid. Let's take a look at those results coming up on screen. There they are. West, Cooper, Coate, Charette, and Reid, your top 5. Patton, Greek, and Mooney, well, to the B-mains they go, unfortunately, which brings us to your third and final heat race of the night. On the pole in car number 33, that is Levi Salzgiver. And to the outside of the front row, car number 18 of Zach Hoddle from position number 2. Speaking of the 2s, it's Matthew Cronkey. He'll line up at a position number 3, and Wyatt Kapang lines up the 67 machine from position number 4. Then we go back to Scott Thomason in car number 6. He'll start from position number 5. Terrell Wheeler lines up the 43W from position number 6. And once again, your final row, this time it's going to be the 96 car of Nicholas Shell. He'll start from position number 7. And the 5 car of Blake Galloway will roll off out of position number 8. So just like that, two heat races in the books, done and dusted. And we are ready for a start here in heat race number 3. Lights are up, the iRacing.com pace truck. He's going to have a very fast time getting around. Down the front straight away here in just a few moments' time. Final heat race of the night. Down and Dirty Outlaws, Speed Factory 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Heat number 3 is underway with Levi Salzgiver to lead him down the front straightaway. Matthew Cronkey going to quickly go to the inside. He'll take over the race lead. You've got a new race leader here within half a lap here in the third and final heat race of the night. Scott Thomason in that number 6 machine, Salzgiver. Oh, problems for Salzgiver and Zach Hoddle as well. Wyatt Kapang in the 67 machines found his way to position number 3. So Wyatt's still looking to hold on and get a good starting spot in tonight's main event. Looks like he'll start position number 9 if he can finish in that third spot on the raceway. So start inside the top 10. And you go back to Nicholas Shell in the 96. Shell had to start from the tail end of the field. Meanwhile, Terrell Wheeler, in the 43W, coming after the 5 of Blake Galloway. Galloway, look out wide into the wall in the 67 machine. He loses what is position number 3. He'll slip back to position number 4 on the verge of slipping back to that final transfer position as Blake Galloway's got it at the moment. Levi Salzgiver there on the inside. He'll now go back to the pit area. We'll see Levi here in a B main coming up very shortly is Terrell Wheeler. The only car left on the racetrack that is out on the outside looking in. As we've got 2 to run for your race leader of Matthew Croakey. He's got 7/10 of a second lead over Scott Thomas, and in fact just opening up just a little bit more. The white flag about to fly here in heat race number 3. Matthew Croakey, winner from what was round number 2 at the Lernerville Speedway. 3 and 4, final time. Checkered flag is out. Matthew Croakey will win over Scott Thomason, Nicholas Shellwhite, Kapang, and Blake Galloway will make up your top 5. Then you go back to Terrell Wheeler in 6th, the last car on the racetrack. Then you go back to Levi Salzgiver along with Zach Hoddle to make up this 8-car field. Speaking of fields and 8 cars, well, you would put an extra one. We've got the 9-car field here in this one. It is your B main, your last chance to find yourself into the show. No C main required. It'll be 10 laps. Top 7 will go through to the main event. Everybody else, well, unfortunately for the 2 cars that finish in 8th and 9th position, they will take no further part in this one. Cole Czap lines up the 9 on pole. The 87 of Andy Patton will start from position number 2. We go back to your second row inside from position number 3, the 43W entry of Terrell Wheeler. And your 4 starter in car number 51, that's Tyler Radabo. Rolling off to the 5th starting spot, the 19 of Ethan Greek from position number 6, car number 33 of Levi Salzgiver. From position number 7, car number 22 of Brandon Voiles. From position number 8, it's Larry Moody. And from position number 9, it's the 18 car of Zach Hoddle. All right, here we are ready for a start here in B main competition. So a very slow pace as they start to pick up the pace now into 10 over 3. Safety car is going to find its way going off down into the sunset here at Cedar Lake Speedway with the 9 cars, 10 laps. Only 7 going to find their way into the back of tonight's feature event. So 2 will be sent packing, unfortunately. Who will it be? With 3 wide right in that final transfer position. Andy Patton trying to go to the outside. Salzgiver trying to the inside. Greek right through the middle. Now Greek comes the move there from Salzgiver. Here comes Zach Hoddle. Larry Moody going to find their way. Look out, Brandon Voiles and Salzgiver come together. Zach Hoddle now Ethan Greek to the outside. Oh, problems. The 22 of Brandon Voiles, Levi Salzgiver, both drivers involved in that one. Meanwhile, look at this battle up front for the race lead. Czap in the 9 machine, Zapieski. I'm pretty sure that's not even how you say his name, but I tell you what, we'll go with it. He's going to lead, but look at Patton coming through the middle of the raceway. I'm pretty sure Andy Patton started in what was position 7 or 8, I think. No. He started second. I lied. I just wanted to give you guys false hope as Patton. We see Terrell Wheeler leading at the halfway stage of this one. How you going, Daddy, my beer? Welcome to the channel, brother. Good to have you here. Patton, Radabo, back there in positions number 3 and 4. And now Patton trying to come after Czap and Wheeler for the race lead. Radabo just working it down to the inside as they won. We have one more lap into the walks. I'll run down the back straight away. Make it fun straight away now. 3 laps left to run here in B main competition. Czap trying to go to the outside. Catches a piece of the concrete wall on the exit of turn number 2. Terrell Wheeler leading this one. Leading your B main. Ethan Green trying to come out of the pits as well, but look at Patton again, still working to the inside. Radabo is going to bring Zach Hoddle and Larry Moody. So there's your top 6 cars on the the only 6 cars on the racetrack. And you look at how close they're all within about 1 second of each other here on the final lap. And it's going to be, checkered flag is out for Terrell Wheeler. He will get the win. Chapeski. All right. All right. Appreciate it, Wyatt. All right, B-Main competition. Let's take a look at your finishing results here as Terrell Wheeler's going to get the win over Andy Patton. Cole Chapeski will come home in position number 3. Tyler Radabo 4. Larry Moody will be your top 5. Zach Hoddle in 6. Ethan Greek will get the last and the 7th and final transfer spot. Levi Salzgiver and Brandon Voiles, unfortunately, will be sent packing here from the Cedar Lake Speedway as we get set for what is going to be a main competition here tonight from Cedar Lake in what is round number 4 of the Down and Dirty Outlaws Speed Factory 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. Well, we've got a 5-minute warm-up session. So with that being said, we'll take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll come back, pay some bills, and be back with your main event on the other side of this. You're watching round number 4 of the Down and Dirty Outlaws Speed Factory 360 Wing Sprint Cars live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted and league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
All right, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of the Down and Dirty Outlaw 360 Wing Sprint Cars presented by Speed Factory. Round number 4 comes to you from New Richmond in Wisconsin. It is the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway for what is the 4th round of the series. So far, the opening 3 rounds have gone to Josh Whiteman, Matthew Crokey, and Chad Griggs. All picked up the wins from Eldora, Lernerville, and Port Royal. Next week, we'll head to round number 5. We'll head to the Lincoln Speedway, followed up by the dirt track at Charlotte, then the Federated Auto Parts at I-55 Raceway for the penultimate round of the series. And then the sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway, will play host to the final round of the series. We take a look at the point standings coming into this one. Matthew Crokey, Bryce Hohenstein, Chad Griggs, Josh Whiteman, Joe Howe, Toby Fitzsimmons, Jesse DeRosa, Chad Coates, Samuel Reed, and Brandon Voiles. That is your top 10 heading into tonight's 4th round of the series. All right, it's time to go racing here from the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. Let's take a look at your 22 starters in this one. Jared Kuno lines up the 22 machine from position number 1. From position number 2, it's the 10 car of Coulter West. From position number 3, it'll be Matthew Crokey. From 4, Chad Griggs. From position number 5, Michael Cooper. From position number 6, Scott Thomason. From position number 7, Josh Whiteman. From position number 8, it's Chad Coate. From position number 9, it's going to be Nicholas Shell. From position number 10, Chase Swafford. From position number 11, Robert Charette. From 12, Wyatt Kapang. From 13, it's Joe Howe. From 14, Samuel Reed. From 15, Blake Galloway. From 16, Terrell Wheeler. From position 17, Andy Patton. From 18, it's Cole Chapeski. From 19, it's Tyler Rudderbo. From 20th, it's Larry Moody. From 21, it's Zach Hoddle. And from position number 22, it is Ethan Greek. Oh boy, looking forward to this one. Jared Kuno, Coulter West, both drivers. We go back to their earlier heat races. They were able to literally rip the lip around the Cedar Lake Speedway in their heat races. So as they work off for turn number 2. And about to come down the back straight away. 30 laps on the board. Round number 4 of the Down and Dirty Outlaw Sprint Car Series presented by Speed Factory is green, and we're underway in the main event. Coulter West going to try and rip the lip through 1 and 2. That he does now, coming after Jared Kuno as Kuno works down to the inside. Matthew Crokey going to work it right through the middle of the raceway as they complete what is a lap number 1. Chad Griggs also to the top shelf, going to follow the 10 car of Coulter West. So 2 cars upstairs. That's West and Griggs. 1 through the middle, 2 on the bottom. Make it 3 on the bottom. That's basically how they run through the first 6 positions. And they are working a treat right now as they work down into 3 and 4 to complete what is lap number 3 of this main event. We're going to go yellow. I believe this might be Ethan Greek. It's not Ethan Greek. Apologies on that one. Here we are. Just fighting the issue here. So we're in fact going to throw some extra laps up here. Oh, okay, here we are. Scott Thomason and Josh Whiteman So bear with me, folks. We're just going to... Ooh. All right, so it looks like the 24 car of Josh Whiteman is going to come up the racetrack into the Scott Thomason car. So bear with me. We're just going to make this call. All right, after a view of that replay, the 24 car of Josh Whiteman comes up, moves up the lane as Scott Thomason was already on his outside. So Josh Whiteman will be ruled at fault for that one. All right, so back there so you guys can see that. So we are just going to move him to the end of the line. And I believe that the guys are ready. So what we'll do is we'll get them here in a few moments. So we're going to send the cars around. So again, we're just doing double duty here tonight, helping out with race control. So you'll be able to hear a couple of different calls. We will send them 1 to green. All right, there we go. 1 to green. And let's go back racing here tonight from Cedar Lake Speedway. So still 21 cars on the racing surface. The beauty of having 2 different accounts, 2 different screens, and well, I've actually got 4 screens and a laptop, but here we go. Call to West, Jared Kuno, back to the green flag we go, and it is an even launch from the pair of them. They work down the front straight away. West back to the race lead, down into 3 and 4. It's going to be Colt the West leading from Jared Kuno. Chad Griggs going to find his way to position number 3. Here comes Chase Swafford in the 75. He's going to move into what is now position number 4. Croakey slips back to position number 5. Kuno still working right through the middle of the raceway. Swafford moves himself up into a podium position. Look out, 1 car coming out onto the racing surface. Was right in front of your race leaders too. Oh, so it all comes back down to Josh Whiteman there. Again, he was just sort of stuck in the wall. Yeah, he was just a victim of a 3-wide battle. So let's just quickly go ahead and make this call. Alright, so looking at that one, there was a 3-wide battle on the back straightaway. The 24 car of Whiteman was just the innocent bystander in that one. Just, I guess, ran out of racing room between the 3 drivers, and then Whiteman was stuck into the concrete wall. So I believe he's already back to the pits. So I think you guys are going green anyway. Appreciate it, Brendan. All right, here we are back to the green flag. 6 down and 24 to go. Coulter West this time is going to lead from the inside front row. And we're back underway, and West goes straight from the bottom to the top. Here comes Chad Griggs to the inside. Keep an eye on Chase Swafford as well. Slider attempt coming from Griggs. Griggs looking to back up the win after picking up the win last week at the Port Royal Speedway. Swafford trying to find his way back to a podium and trying to find his way back in this hunt for the points lead. Swafford and Griggs go at it side by side. It's going to be Chase Swafford driving the Vanderpool Construction number 75 machine. Again, the rim riding the cushion all the way through 1 and 2 was that LGR Motorsports number 10 machine of Colt the West. Look at Matthew Croakey really throw it in deep there on Kapang and Chad Coate. We continue to watch now what is the battle for the minor placing. 2nd, 3rd and 4th position. Griggs has got it in the 27. Here comes Swafford down to the inside, down into turn number 1. Jared Kuno, your initial pole sitter finding himself just outside of a podium position. Would love to find himself with a podium here in what is a Down and Dirty Outlaw 360 Wing Sprint Cars presented by Speed Factory. Watching Samuel Reed in the 55 machine. We are yellow. And it's going to be the 43 car of Terrell Wheeler. Oh. So it, in fact, does not start with him. So what started with the... So let me just do this for a second. Alright, so it looks like the 5 car Blake Galloway gets into the tyres and then he had nowhere to go. So Blake is going to be charged with that one. So let me just do that one quickly. Let's bring this back up over here. Alright, after view of the caution, the 5 car just catches the tyres in the middle of turn number 3 and 4 and then gets that car as it sort of made that mistake and got tight in front of the 9 car. 9 car had nowhere to go. Got into the back of that one, but Blake Galloway going to be ruled the fault for that one. And look at that. Who says you can't do 2 things at once? Ready to go back racing once again here at Cedar Lake Speedway. And we're closing in on half race distance still. What is 21 cars it looks like? No, 20 cars on the lead lap. I believe we've still got 22 cars on the racing surface. Whiteman and Greek are back out onto the racing surface, just trying to salvage some of the points. Keep an eye again on this battle for the minor placings. Chase Swafford makes a little mistake, catching those infield tractor tyres, and Jared Kuhner now works his magic on the outside of the raceway. Couple of laps away from what is going to be half race distance next in the next 2 laps, and Chad Griggs trying to run down Coulter West as they work down into 3 and 4. Crokey coming after Swafford on the exit of turn number 4, but just gets a little loose, and Swafford, well, this racetrack is starting to get a little tricky right now. Some drivers still trying to make the middle work, but I'm going to say the majority of the drivers, oh, they're just trying to rip the lip. I wouldn't be surprised to see the slider line work in effect here at the Cedar Lake Speedway, especially with how slick this racetrack is. We're halfway home, 15 down and 15 to run for your race leader of Coulter West, who's got nearly 7/10 of a second lead over Chad Griggs. There is the battle for what is now the final spot on the podium. Jared Kuno in car 22. Chase Swafford in the 55 car. Swafford again just rolling right through the slick down that Vanderpool Construction number 75 machine. No problems here for Tyler Rudderbo in the 51 car. And in fact, he was just sort of the innocent bystander in this one. So let's have a look at how all this unfolded. Ethan Greek. Greek? Oh, okay, hang on. So we are going to add laps here because this is going to take a little bit to dissect. Ooh, okay. So who's that? Samuel Reed and Joe Howe. Joe Howe gets a run on Reed, catches the wall, comes down. And I think both these drivers are at fault for this one. Alright, let's do that. Alright, after a review of the caution, the 43 car of Howe gets into the wall as he was on the outside of the 55 car of Samuel Reed. The 43 car comes down the racetrack after hitting the concrete wall, but at the same time the 55 car was also somewhat pointed towards the concrete wall as if he was getting loose. So looking at that one, that is more going to go on the 43 car. For the other guys that sort of come in after that one, there's just nothing that could be done about that. So Joe Howe would be charged for that one, but however he is already dropped connection. So if we don't have any issues, I'm going to take away the laps. Let me just mute that. Terrell, you good for that? All right, I won't do it now, so consider yourselves 2 to green then. All right, once the pace car gets on the front straight away, then I'll take the laps away. All right, there we go. Like I said, we're doing 2 things at once here. We are being race control, and we are also being a broadcaster. We are just helping out Terrell when it comes to putting on these events. As there we are, coming to 1 to green right now. So the lights are out on the pace truck. I know that because I've got control of that one. And who says you can't do 2 things at once, eh? There's a reason why we can do many things. So 13 to run, so we're just past half race distance here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Coulter West and Chad Griggs. Griggs looking to go back-to-back feature wins here in the Down and Dirty Outlaw Sprint Car Series, presented by Speed Factories. They worked out into 1 and 2. This time Griggs is going to come down to the inside. You've got a new race leader down into turn number 3. And Chad Griggs 3 wide for the motor placings now, as here comes Coulter West coming back after Griggs down into 1. Griggs going to tap the concrete wall, send it back down to the inside. What a battle you've got for the race lead. Coulter West to the outside. Chad Griggs right through the middle. Chad Griggs going to hold on to that one. Boy, it wasn't by much. Now Coulter West back to the top shelf, back driving away from the 27 car of Griggs as they come to 10 to go. Swampford to the outside there of Griggs, and Chase Swampford found himself in the runner-up spot. Kuno trying to make the bottom side work. Here comes Chad Code in the 11 machine. Code really has not been inside the top 5, but tell you what, in these last probably 3 or 4 laps, he's showing some great control, great car speed in the number 11, and is now about to pick up 4th position as he gets around the 22 car of Jared Kuno. Meanwhile, that will now make it your top 4. All run the top of the racetrack. It could be about to be top 5. There it is. Jared Kuno now moves up. That forced Matthew Croquis to switch lanes and go to the inside. 7 laps left to run for your race leader. The 10 car, the LGR Motorsports. Number 10 of Coulter West from the Vanderpool Construction. Number 75 machine, Chase Swampford. Then that Aces Up Sim Sports number 27 machine. Last week's feature winner from Port Royal. That is Chad Griggs. We are yellow. And we have got Zach Hoddle was the man involved in this one. Let's take a look. So the 18 car of Zach Hoddle. Oh, okay. Just gets a little tap from the 43 car here. And that's what sent him around. And all right. Well, people don't think get out of this because this guy has a look. All right, get ready to this. Get ready to listen to this call. Ready? All right. After review of the caution, the 43 car of Terrell Wheeler gets into the back of the 18 car of Zach Hoddle, forcing Zach to get loose and then have contact with another driver. So that will go on the 43 car. And let's move him there. I didn't add any laps, so you guys would just go green whenever you guys go green. Good luck. All right, lights are out, 5 to run. Main event time, we're 25 down. As we're about to go back live for 5. That is all that separates Coulter West and our 4th different driver that is or could potentially go to victory lane as long as Coulter West can hold on. We're back to the green flag. This is where drivers may start to get a little bit desperate, knowing that there's only now going to be 4 laps to run at the start-finish line for Coulter West in the number 10 machine. And that restart was critical because Jay Swampford, boy, the 75 car, the wing is in the trunk, but it may not matter because Griggs goes around the outside. And Griggs just showing him how to use the top. And now Griggs with 3 to run. He finds himself just under 0.6 of a second back away from your race leader, boy. Griggs was nearly a 10th quicker than what was your race leader, but the time is starting to run out. The number 10 car of Coulter West just sees the popsicle sticks. 2 laps left to run here in the main event. Down the back straight away, the penultimate time. He will see the white flag. We will race it out to the start-finish line. It's official. We're going the distance right now. Lap number 30 of the Down and Dirty Outlaws. Speed Factory 360 wing sprint cars. Down to the inside, down into 3 and 4. Greg's going to look to throw the move there on Colt the West. They work off turn number 4. Colt the West going to make it 4 different winners in 4 different weeks. Oh my. Colt the West barely hangs on here with a victory at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Let's take a look at your 22 finishes. Colt the West gets the win over Chad Griggs. Chase Swafford will be your top 3. We'll chat to those 3 drivers here momentarily. Chad Coate, Jared Cooter make up your top 5. Matthew Crokey in 6. Larry Moody 7. Wyatt Kapang in 8. Michael Cooper 9. Scott Thomason make up your top 10. You go back to Samuel Reid in position number 11. 12th is Robert Charette, Andy Patton. 13th. 14th was Blake Galloway. 15th, Tyler Radabo. 16th was Terrell Wheeler. Then you go back to 17th of Nicholas Shell, followed by Josh Wyman, Ethan Greek, and Zach Hoddle make up your top 20. And your final 2 finishes, Joe Howe in position number 21, and Cole Chapeski will come home in position number 22. We'll chat to your top 3 here in a moment. Then let's have a look at the biggest mover through the field. Larry Moody goes plus 13 positions. Not a bad job by the 73 car. And in fact, well, let's bring him in right now. Tonight's hard charger up 13 spots from 20th to 13th. Larry Moody. Larry, boy, that's a hell of a run, buddy. Plus 13 spots. Are you happy with that?
I couldn't be happier, man. Surprised myself with that one. That's pretty good.
How tough was it to get around here, especially when the track got as slick as it did, you know, having to sort of maneuver your way through this field?
I probably used the brake more tonight than I ever have, and you had to dodge everybody that was having trouble out there. But it was a fun run, a lot of fun.
Right, well done on tonight's hard charger, coming home in 7th spot after having to start in the 20th position. Larry, before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody on this 73 car.
Yeah, I want to thank the guys at Scott Thomason Racing for picking me up and let me join their club, and had a lot of fun, learned a few things, and I guess the results show right now.
Larry, well done on tonight's hard charger. We'll see you back next week at Lincoln Speedway, mate. Well done.
Thanks, Brett.
Larry Moody, your hard charger here tonight from the Cedar Lake Speedways. Again, we'll chat to your top 3 here in just a few moments' time. In fact, let's bring up the man that comes home 3rd place tonight. It's the 75 car of Chase Swafford. And Chase, 3rd place finish here tonight. You had a chance there late in that race to challenge for the race lead, but just a little mistake. And, well, 3rd place, nothing to sneeze about. Hell of a job.
No, especially with the being a championship, you got to go with what you can, but don't want to push it so hard that you take yourself out of a championship fight. But yeah, they're at the end just trying to find something, given the track was so single file, and cost me a spot at the end, but it is what it is. We'll pack up and head to next week at Lincoln.
How do you learn from that one going into next week at Lincoln, you know, knowing that, you know, you made that one little mistake that cost you a runner-up finish? How do you learn from that and make yourself just a little bit better next week?
I don't know if it's much of learning from it. It's just knowing what you can and can't try. There's, in a race where you're that close to the win, you're also close in speed. You need to go for it, if you feel like you can, but you don't need to I don't want to just sit back and just settle. So I'm not going to sit back and be easy and just take a 2nd place when the win's there. If I have to give up a spot, so be it. But we can always make up for it next week, given how much speed I've showed this year. I'm not worried about losing one spot here, a spot there. I don't think it'll cost me in the end, but we'll see at the end of the season how it pans out, I guess.
Chase, well done on 3rd place finish here tonight at Cedar Lake. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on the 75 car.
Yeah, thanks over at the White Knuckle Setup Shop, guys. They've killed it again. Another fast setup, another good car to compete here with. And thanks to Austin Vanderpool with Vanderpool Racing. He's been good thanks for putting up with me mostly. And Turn 2 for photography for the pictures for the league and everything. And yep, see you next week at Lincoln.
Chase Swafford home in position number 3 here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. The man that comes home in 2nd place tonight, he was your winner last week, and now 2nd place at another good points all for the 27 car. It is Chad Griggs. And Chad, 2nd place finish here tonight. Boy, that was a real up and down race. You were pretty much right there in the hunt for that entire feature race, but hey, you fall 1 spot shy, and Well, you'll take the good points all and move on to next week, right?
100%, you bet. Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I knew it was going to be around the top, and I knew that I got around Chase and was racing him and Kuno, and you get out of line and you try to make moves on those guys and you stick yourself in a bad spot. I knew I was doing it, but I did it anyway, and then you chase your tail and try to get those spots back. But yeah, congrats to Coulter on the win. Hell of a job by him. I knew there at the end it was just going to be, I was going to be relying on him to make a mistake. He almost did there at the end, but he held on to it. But yeah, good race, fun track, good time.
I mean, how tough is it to time these restarts, especially if you start on the inside and when the line is all around the top side of the racetrack? How tough is it to restart on the bottom side, knowing that you guys have got no mirrors in this league, and you've got to depend on what you can see, and just hope that the guy when you get up there isn't going to be there on the outside.
Yeah, it's really tough when you need to be on the outside and you're restarting on the inside, like row 2 or whatever, because you've literally got to get a good run on the guy who's on the outside pole, or else you're not going to have a way to get to the top. So it's just a matter of trying to fit in and get your way back up to the top to keep your momentum rolling.
Chad, well done on second place finish here tonight at Cedar Lake. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 27 car once again.
I'd like to first thank Terrell for putting on the league, you for broadcasting, my teammates over at STR, Scott Thomason Racing, Josh with Finish Line Race Designs, does all my paints, ABR Setup Shop, and everybody else involved in it. Appreciate it.
Looking forward to see how the points work out. You picked up a few more points there on Matthew Crokey, so excited to see what we have after next week. Well done, Chad.
Thanks, Brett.
Chad Griggs home in second spot, home in first place tonight, and making it 4 different winners in 4 different weeks. It's the 10 car of Coulter West. Coulter, congratulations on this victory, and boy, you really had to earn this one. But boy, once you got out in front, man, that 10 car just shot out of a rocket.
Yeah, I tried my best to just hit my marks, and car felt really good up top there, and I ran the right line, I felt. Got a little scared on the last lap. I about junked it, just like I did last week, but we were able to hold on and get the win, so pretty happy about that.
Had a yellow with 5 to go. What goes through your mind, knowing that you had a bit of a gap back to second place at the time? Then that last yellow comes out. What goes through your mind, knowing that there's only 5 laps between you and a victory?
Oh, well, I actually said out loud, "Come on, guys," and then I kind of just focused back up and ran the rest of the race. Just didn't let it bother me. Just had to keep hitting my marks and knew we would come out on top, so staying calm.
What does this win mean to you, knowing that you're now the 4th different winner in 4 different weeks? And it just goes to show that the level of competition here in this league is second to none. Any one of these drivers can win on any given night.
I think that's what I like the most about this league is it's super competitive. There's not just one guy dominating the whole thing, and I think we were due for one the first week. We kind of wrecked into the wall at Eldora, and then we missed the second, and then Port Royal, we hit the wall running second, so glad we finally got one. Hopefully we can carry that over to next week and do the same thing.
Coulter, well done on the victory here tonight at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Before we let you go and celebrate, we'll give you the mic one final time to thank everybody involved on this 10 car.
I got to thank ABR Setup Shop for building this great setup. I got to thank Redline Design Company for the car, all the guys at LGR Motorsports, you for putting on this broadcast, and Terrell for putting on this league.
Coulter, well done on him. We'll see you back next week at Lincoln Speedway, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Coulter West, ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight from Cedar Lake Speedway, which will, of course, wrap up round number 4 of the Down and Dirty Outlaw 360 Winged Sprint Car Series, presented by Speed Factory. Tomorrow night, doubleheader here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll go through that in just a few moments' time, but again, we just take a look at the point standings that was coming into tonight. Matthew Crokey was your leader. How will that change now? He finished 6th position in tonight's main event after having started in position number 3. So unfortunately went backwards a couple of spots. Bryce Hohenstein was not here. Chad Griggs went from 4th to 2nd. And again, you can just have a look at the differences between those two drivers when it comes to the point standings. There was just 14 points separating. Josh Whiteman was 402 points. Unfortunately, Josh ended up finishing back there in position number 18. So he knows it was all about trying to finish. Fitzsimmons, DeRosa was not here. Chad Coate finished 4th in tonight's main event, so that should elevate him to what should be hopefully a top 5 or right around there. And Samuel Reed, he went from 14th to 11th, so he almost got another top 10. And then Brandon Voiles, I'm pretty sure Voiles actually didn't make it out of the B main. He was one of 2 cars. No, yes, he finished 9th in the B main, so tough night for Brandon Voiles, but again, see how the points shake out tomorrow night, or next week, I should say, for what is round number 5 from the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. But tomorrow night, again, don't forget, we've got a doubleheader here on Ultimate Dirt TV, 7 o'clock Eastern. We have got the Steve King Foundation Coast to Coast Racing Speed Week presented by Venom Racing, night number 4. 358 modifieds at the Volusia Speedway Park, and then to wrap up the night here on the doubleheader and to wrap up the week, it's the Down and Dirty Outlaws Speed Ranch Pro Late Model Series right here from Cedar Lake Speedway. We'll see you back tomorrow night, but until then, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, I'm Brett Wheeler signing off saying good night. We'll see you tomorrow.